In a lavish mansion perched on a hill, a wealthy man lived with his two children, a son named Alex and a daughter named Lily. Each evening, when he returned home from his long days of meetings and negotiations, Lily would eagerly rush to greet him. Her eyes sparkled with joy, and her small arms wrapped around him tightly, as if to share all the love she felt. But her father, preoccupied with thoughts of his business, barely acknowledged her. Instead, he pulled out a carefully wrapped gift for Alex, who would receive it silently, his attention already focused back on his phone. Alex, with his charming smile and easy demeanor, was the apple of their father's eye. He had always been groomed to take over the family business, a position that had been clearly laid out for him since childhood. Lily, on the other hand, often felt invisible. Despite her heartfelt gestures, the attention her father lavished upon her brother left her feeling neglected and unloved. The laughter they shared at the dinner table felt hollow, overshadowed by her father's unwavering focus on Alex's future. One fateful night, during dinner, everything changed. As the family sat together, laughter echoing in the air, the atmosphere was abruptly shattered when their father suddenly began to choke on a piece of meat. Panic surged through the room. Alex was oblivious, glued to his phone, and completely unaware of the danger their father was in. But Lily, instincts kicking in, sprang into action. She dashed around the table, her heart racing. She had learned the Heimlich maneuver in school and remembered the steps clearly. With determination, she positioned herself behind her father and applied the necessary thrusts. With a few frantic moments, the obstruction was dislodged, and their father gasped for breath, relief washing over his face. "Thank you, Lily," he managed to say, his voice hoarse, but his gratitude felt incomplete. Yet, after that harrowing incident, life resumed as if nothing had changed. Lily continued to feel like a shadow in her own home, her efforts unrecognized. Hurt and disheartened, she made the difficult decision to leave. She moved to a new city, seeking solace and a fresh start away from the stifling atmosphere of her childhood home. Years passed, and she built a life filled with friends, work, and passions that had once been stifled by her family's expectations. She immersed herself in community projects and became an advocate for women's empowerment, finding strength in helping others. But the memories of her family and their business lingered, a ghostly reminder of what she had once aspired to be. One rainy afternoon, a knock at her door startled her from her thoughts. When she opened it, she found her father standing there, frail and aged, with tears streaming down his face. The sight of him brought a flood of memories, of her childhood joy mixed with pain. "Lily," he began, his voice breaking, "I don't deserve forgiveness. Your brother is gone, and I have cancer. Please come home and save the company." Her heart ached at the sight of her father, a man who had once been a towering figure of strength, now reduced to vulnerability. Lily hesitated, her emotions churning. She embraced him, whispering softly, "I forgive you, but I've found my peace." As she closed the door, tears streamed down her face, torn between her past and the new life she had crafted. She sat down, contemplating the weight of her choices. While she had moved on, the thought of the family business haunted her. Deep down, she had always been passionate about it, but the shadow of neglect loomed large. Days turned into weeks, and her father's visit lingered in her mind. She recalled the sacrifices she had made, the dreams she had held close to her heart. One evening, driven by a mix of empathy and a yearning for resolution, She picked up her phone and called her father. "Dad, I'll come back," she said, her voice steady. "I want to help you with the company." Upon her return, she found the business in disarray. Her father's health had deteriorated significantly, and the staff were uncertain about their future. The once bustling office was now filled with anxiety and confusion. With determination, she stepped into the office, asserting herself as a leader. "We're going to turn this around," she declared, rallying the team with a sense of purpose that had been sorely missing. Under her guidance, the company began to flourish. She introduced innovative ideas, focusing on sustainable practices and employee well-being, areas that had been overlooked for far too long. Her father, initially hesitant to accept her vision, watched in awe as she transformed the business. The staff responded to her enthusiasm, and slowly, the atmosphere shifted from one of dread to hope. One evening, as they sat together in the office, reflecting on the day's achievements, her father turned to her, eyes filled with pride. "I didn't see your potential before. You've done what I never could," he admitted, his voice filled with sincerity. With a smile, Lily replied, "You taught me resilience, even if it was through neglect. I'm grateful for that." As the company thrived, so did their relationship. They forged a bond built on understanding and mutual respect, mending the wounds of their past. Through her efforts, she not only saved the family business, but also healed the rift between them. In the end, Lily realized that her father's neglect had driven her to discover her strength. It was a painful lesson, but it had led her to her true calling. She had become the leader she was always meant to be, reclaiming not just her family's legacy, but also her own identity. Her journey of forgiveness and transformation taught her that while the past shapes us, it is our choices in the present that define our future.